Here we are back at the ranch with routers 2 and 3, and we only have the one EIGRP adjacency now. I've taken router 1 totally out of the picture, and you can see here with routers 2 and 3 running show IP EIGRP neighbor, we're seeing only the other router as the neighbor and over the fast Ethernet segment. So let's mess around with this config a little bit. What could possibly go wrong? Let's find out. First, let's go ahead and change the EIGRP hello timer. And let's see, with things with EIGRP, I wouldn't say it could get complicated, but there might be an extra value in there we need to know about. Now, when you're changing this timer, it's on a per interface level. So we're going to go to the Ethernet interface, or the fast Ethernet interface, and start with IP hello. And you'll notice we have EIGRP as a choice, and that's it. So we're going to go with EIGRP, a good choice for this section. Excellent selection, sir. And you do have to put the AS number. So if you see a command that says IP hello EIGRP 7, let's say we're going to change the hello time to 7 seconds, which is actually what we're going to do, that's an illegal command. Because with just about every EIGRP command we're going to use, you've got to specify the AS number. So let's go ahead and do that. We're still in AS 100. And then finally, we get to put the hello time seconds between hello transmissions. And that is it. No further options. So let's hit enter and see what happens. We got a quick system message. And I don't see anything here about any resyncing adjacencies or reset adjacencies or dropped adjacencies. That could be a good thing. Let's check our adjacency. And as you can see, it's still there, no problem at all. There's the address, 172.12.23.2. And how do we tell how long the adjacency's been up? Under uptime, and right now it's been up for 1 hour and 12 minutes and 25 seconds. So we are gold there. So, nothing happened here. First off, it's proof that this value does not have to match as far as the adjacency goes. Let's run show IP EIGRP interface detail. Well, that's a hard one to remember. Show IP EIGRP interface detail. We've got the loopback interface, but you can see as well the hello interval has been set to 7. Note that that hold time is 15 seconds. Did you notice that that did not dynamically adapt to 3 times the hello time? That's a good detail to keep in mind as well, because with OSPF, we've seen it a million times, and it'll be 1,000,001 after this course, because we're going to do it in the OSPF section. When you change the hello time in OSPF, the dead time automatically adjusts to a certain value, right? A certain multiple. But here, when we change the hello interval, the hold time did not dynamically change to 3 times that value. That could cause an issue. Actually, let's find out. So with 7 seconds with the hello time, no problem at all. Didn't drop the adjacency. It's all good. Let's go under. It's hard not to do that third number. There we go. And we'll just do an up arrow to repeat the commands. And let's say that we set it to 30 seconds. And now we play the waiting game. I'm actually going to pause this for a moment because it could be a few seconds, but it's something I want you to see. So let me pause the video and I'll bring it right back up. Didn't have to pause that very long. I should have just made small talk like in the elevator. You can see we've got a couple of things going on here, a couple of messages we received after the system config, and you can see it took about 16 seconds for that first one to come up, and now they're going to keep coming up. So we've got a dual neighbor change, EIGRP, neighbor, and you'll see it's talking about the same neighbor every time because we only have one neighbor anyway. But first, the adjacency goes down, peer termination received. That sounds rather dramatic. Then we've got a new adjacency. Then we've got interface peer termination received. Sorry, the bar gets broken up as we scroll there. Then a new adjacency. Then this is just going to keep on coming. Well, the problem is this is not a garden variety lost adjacency. Usually you lose an adjacency and you know it's the last thing you did, but usually when you lose an adjacency, it stays down. It's not going to come right back up. But the one we just saw did, and it went down and came back up 3 times while we were talking. Well, this is a flapping adjacency. This is going to be up one moment and down just a few seconds later. And this is what can happen when your EIGRP hello timers are changed but they're not synchronized. Because right now, router 3 is sending a hello packet out every 30 seconds. The problem is router 2 is expecting one every 15 seconds. So as they cross, if you will, the hellos start not being in sync, and one router or the other says, hey, haven't heard in a while, let's drop the adjacency. Well, the thing is, then when the hello comes back in, the adjacency forms again, the timer's reset, and it just keeps on flapping. And you can see here, while we've been gone, it's just going to keep on flapping and keep on flapping. The moral of the story here is don't set the hello timer higher than the hold timer. Because with the 7-second timer, we didn't really have any problems. With 30 seconds, we did. The real moral of the story is just to sync your timers up. But it's a good thing for the exam to remember that you do not need to have these values match. Now, let's talk about those timers just a bit here. With our EIGRP hello packets, they're going to be sent out every 5 seconds on high-speed links. And EIGRP's definition of high speed includes an Ethernet segment and higher variations of Ethernet. And we did see that with our show interface command. Actually, if we go over to 2 right now, you can see here's the one we haven't changed, fast Ethernet 0/0, and the hello interval is 5 seconds. We did see in the previous video one set to 60 seconds. Well, hello packets go out every 60 seconds over slower links, including frame relay multipoint circuits running at less than T1 speed. We saw on our serial interface that it was every 60 seconds. Now, I mentioned here the EIGRP hold time is always 3 times the hello time. I'm going to change that in the book. And just to mention to you here, as we saw, it's always 3 times the hello time unless you change the hello time. And as we've seen, that is not dynamically changed as it is with OSPF. So what I'm going to do during our break here is quickly fix the issue that we just caused, so we won't have a flapping link. And then we're going to take a closer look at show IP EIGRP neighbors, a command we spend a lot of time with. So I'll see you at the beginning of the very next video, and we'll take care of that command.